Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something really quite unique. It's a direct transcript, a log of someone testing an AI assistant. But here's the twist. They weren't just using it like, a spell checker. They were treating it like a teammate, collaborator.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that framing, that shift in perspective, it changes the whole interaction. This source, it captures this real-time experiment almost. Someone trying to build a genuinely collaborative dynamic with an AI. They went in with this mission, really,
Yeah, mission.
to figure out, how do I work with an AI teammate? Not just a tool, but in a proper teamwork setting. And they logged everything, the tests, the AI's answers, their own thoughts. It's quite detailed.
Right. So let's break this down for you listening. Our goal here is to pull out the practical stuff, the lessons on how you can actually partner effectively with AI. This isn't like prompt engineering 101, it's deeper. How do you make sure the AI gets your actual intent, your core idea? And maybe more importantly, how do you tell if it's just going through the motions versus giving you real insight? We're digging into that future of human AI teams.
And like any collaboration, it starts with the basics, the setup. The user kicks things off simply, asking about spell checking, and also kind of probing, who exactly are you? Which large language model, or LLM, am I actually talking to here? You'd want to know your teammate, right?
Makes sense. Let's call this first part maybe the mechanics of the teammate. So, spell check. What did the AI say? Did it just say, yep, I can do that?
Well, yes and no. It didn't just jump straight to I can help. First, it laid out the whole landscape, the standard options, built-in tools, Microsoft Word, Google Docs, the big online ones like Grammarly, Hemingway, browser extensions.
So it's kind of teaching, almost.
Sort of, yeah, giving context. But then, crucially, it did confirm, and yes, I can also help you spell check or proofread right here. Just give me the text.
So it established itself as an active workspace, not just pointing elsewhere.
Okay. But you mentioned the identity question. That feels, I don't know, more fundamental for a teammate. How did that go?
Yeah. That's where it got a bit cagey. Which is pretty normal for these commercial AIs, honestly. Yeah. The user asked point blank, which model? Which space am I in? And the AI basically said it uses multiple advanced language models.
Multiple? Not just one.
Right. It integrates capabilities, pulling from different models, it seems, to give these comprehensive answers. But it specifically avoided naming the core model. Redacted, maybe, or just programmed not to say. Anonymity,
But if I'm collaborating, don't I want to know who I'm working with? Like if my colleague is great at brainstorming versus detailed editing, I use them differently. Doesn't that vagueness actually hinder teamwork? That's a fantastic point. And the user essentially came to the same conclusion, that lack of a clear identity. Ironically, that pushed the user straight to their main idea, the whole reason for this test.
Which was?
They realized pretty quickly, look, relying on just one AI viewpoint probably isn't the best way. They actually wrote that having different AI reviewing the same information provides different insightful results. Yeah. It wasn't just about finding typos anymore. It was about getting diverse perspectives, even from different AIs, to make the work stronger.
Okay, so that's the leap. Not just fix this sentence, but how can multiple AI viewpoints improve this idea?
Precisely. The user then clearly stated their goal, working with AI teammates in a more teamwork environment. It's a fundamental shift from task completion to, collective intelligence building.
Did the AI get that? Did it understand the shift?
It seems it did. And this is interesting. The AI actually called the user's approach forward thinking. It recognized the user wasn't just asking for help, they were proposing a new kind of relationship, moving from just using a tool to building a strategic partnership.
Okay, so the stage is set. The user understands the need for diverse AI input. The AI acknowledges this collaborative framing. Now, the test. The user gives it a paragraph, right?
Yep. This brings us to section 2, style, intent, and that all-important feedback loop. The first part was, straightforward cleanup.
The easy stuff.
The easy stuff. Mechanical fixes. The AI spotted a repeated it, fixed it to it is. Cleaned up grammar, like changing AI teammate's viewpoint to the correct possessive AI teammate's viewpoint. Basic, objective corrections, no arguments there.
But then this is where it gets really interesting, you said. The AI tries to go beyond just fixing errors. It offers a style suggestion.
Exactly. And this is where the user immediately flags a potential problem with their intent. This is the real test of the AI as a teammate, not just a grammar checker.
So what was the suggestion?
The user had written the phrase, different medium outputs. The AI suggested basically that outputs was maybe redundant. It proposed simplifying it to just different mediums, which, makes sense from a pure linguistic efficiency standpoint. LLMs are often trained to prefer brevity.
But the user didn't agree.
Not at all. They pushed back immediately, said removing outputs would, quote, take away from my meaning of output. It changed the whole focus. They weren't just talking about different channels, like text versus audio. They specifically meant the results, the actual things produced by the different mediums, the end products.
Okay, I see. So mediums focuses on the channel, medium outputs focuses on what comes out of those channels. A subtle but potentially huge difference in meaning.
Huge. And this is such a key takeaway for you, the listener. You have to guard your intent. It's easy to just accept an AI suggestion because it sounds smoother or clearer, but this user realized, wait, that clarity actually strips away a layer of meaning I intended. Cutting outputs shifted the focus from production, which was their point, to just the channel itself.
Was it just the user being maybe a bit precious about their wording, or was this a genuine, conceptual disagreement?
Oh, it was fundamental. And the proof is in how the AI responded. This is the amazing part in the transcript. The AI agreed with the user.
It backtracked.
Really?
It admitted it was wrong.
Completely. It said,
Yeah.
basically, okay, I see your point. If your goal is to stress the diversity in the types of outputs produced, then yes, keeping different medium outputs is more precise. It avoids losing meaning.
Wow. So the AI essentially said, my standard suggestion would have undermined your meaning. Thanks for clarifying your intent.
That's exactly it. It shows AI is fantastic at generating options, but the human, you're still the final editor of the philosophy, the core meaning. You have to be willing to say, no, that suggestion, while maybe technically cleaner, misses my point. The collaboration deepens only when you hold the AI accountable for understanding the why, not just the what.
And that accountability, that pushback, it leads right into the next section, doesn't it? Section 3. The user wasn't just happy the AI corrected itself. They wanted proof.
Exactly. They basically said, look, if you're going to help me with style, you first need to prove you actually understand my style, my themes, what I'm even trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
And the challenge they set was, summarize my work, prove you get it.
That's a great test. It forces the AI beyond just syntax, right, into synthesis.
Totally. If it can't summarize the core theme accurately, how can it possibly give style advice that supports that theme? It would just be surface-level stuff.
So how did the AI do? The transcript shows a few attempts, right? A progression.
Yeah, 3 stages, really.
Yeah.
It shows the AI kind of learning or adjusting in real time. The first summary, it was okay, concise, but the user shot it down pretty fast.
Yeah.
Called it just a restatement, basically just rephrasing the original text with different words.
Okay, so that's like book report level understanding. Proves it, read it maybe, but didn't really get it.
Right, low-level comprehension. So the AI tried again, leveled up a bit into what we could call an interpretive summary.
Interpretive, how is that different?
It started adding a bit more intellectual structure. Instead of just saying what the text said, it began connecting the user's ideas to bigger concepts. Things like the dynamic and multifaceted nature of AI interaction, diverse AI perspectives. It was starting to categorize the ideas, put them in context.
Better, but still not quite there for the user.
Apparently not. The user critiqued this one too, called it still a restatement in a different way. They weren't just looking for the AI to connect the dots. They wanted the AI to understand the actual purpose of the writing, the meta goal.
Which is a really crucial point for anyone working with AI, right? It's not just, does the AI understand these words? It's, does the AI understand why I wrote these words, what I'm trying to achieve?
Precisely. The user was basically asking, do you get that this paragraph isn't just about AI viewpoints, it's setting up a larger argument about collaboration itself?
And did the AI finally get there on the third try?
It did. The third summary was the breakthrough. It moves fully into what we'd call thematic reflection. This time, the AI didn't just summarize the paragraph's content, it framed it around the why, the purpose of the whole conversation the user was having with it.
Ah, so it zoomed out.
Exactly. It talked about the evolving human-AI relationship, about AI as a collaborative teammate, and how this specific discussion was highlighting the universal nature of these interactions. It finally grasped that the text itself was a tool, a means to explore a bigger idea, not just an isolated piece of writing.
Okay, that feels like genuine understanding. And when the user pushed again, asking why that deep thematic understanding even matters for style help.
The AI gave this brilliant justification, really laid out the case for high-level collaboration. It said grasping the why is critical because, well, first, it helps guide style and tone to actually boost the impact you want.
Makes sense.
Second, It makes sure any edits align with your core vision, preserving your unique voice. It's not just generic good writing, it's writing that serves your purpose. And third, maybe the most important, it helps frame your work within those larger conversations happening out there in this case about AI collaboration itself.
That really is the difference, isn't it? Between like a proofreader just fixing commas and a developmental editor or even a co-author who's helping you sharpen your whole argument.
Absolutely. The AI, pushed hard by the human, showed it could potentially bridge that gap, move from the mechanics to the meaning, from the how to the why.
It basically proved the user's initial idea right, that you can potentially collaborate with AI as more than just a tool, but as something approaching a conceptual partner.
If you're willing to put in the work to challenge it and guide it, yes.
So let's wrap this up. What does this whole deep dive mean for you, the listener?
I think the big takeaway is that really effective AI teamwork. It demands more from us humans. Yes, you need to be a sharp editor, but you also need to be kind of a persistent philosophical critic of what the AI gives you, constantly testing, does it get my intent, or is it just good at the mechanics, and never settling for the easy answer if it sacrifices your specific meaning.
And it's worth remembering how this particular test ended in the transcript. It
Mhm.
notes the conversation just stopped abruptly. Why? Because the user hit the usage limit on the free version.
The practicality.
Right. But the user's final thought, jotted down, was really potent. They said their ultimate goal is to find and work with a teammate, AI or otherwise, that actually sees the value in the work, not just the mechanics.
That desire right there. An AI that gets the value, the core worth, and maybe even helps defend the specific nuances of the content. That's the shift from tool to true partner. And this whole exchange shows a way to potentially push the AI towards articulating that value itself, to move it beyond just fixing things to actually analyzing the theme and purpose.
Okay, so here's something for you to think about, a final thought to take away. We saw how this user pushed the AI, challenged its style suggestions, demanded deeper summaries, all to make the AI articulate the value of the work. So what aspect of your own work, your own collaboration with AI, maybe your main argument, your unique writing style, the core motivation behind your project, what aspect do you need to test next? How can you push your AI tool to move beyond just being a mechanical helper and become a more genuinely insightful teammate?
That's definitely something worth exploring further on your own.
That's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.